Hi bakers, I'm Crystal the Cake Lady, and right now it is blueberry season here in sunny Florida. All of my family and friends are out at the local U-Pick farms picking fresh blueberries with their kids, which is a beautiful thing because it supports the local farmers and it gives the kids something fun to do outdoors. And best of all, you're coming home with loads of fresh blueberries and you need something fun to do with them. I've seen all kinds of blueberry muffins, blueberry pies, blueberry cobblers, so I wanted to share my recipe for a fresh blueberry lemon pound cake. This is really crisp and refreshing during these hot summer months. Let me show you what you're going to need. 3 sticks of room temperature butter, 1 8-ounce block of softened cream cheese, 6 room temperature large eggs, 3 cups of granulated sugar, 3 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 lemon, which you're going to use the zest from, and also 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. However, if you don't have any lemons on hand, you can actually use 2 teaspoons of lemon extract instead. You'll also need 1 pint of blueberries, which is 1.5 to 2 cups, and Baker's Joy. I'm baking mine in a bundt pan. However, if you wanted to divide it up into 2 loaf pans, you could certainly do that. So you need about a tablespoon of zest, which is about the amount of zest you get out of 1 lemon, and also about 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. It makes the most sense to zest it first and then juice it, so that's how we're going to do it. And for zesting, you can use a box grater, just one of the smaller little ribs on it, or you can use this zesting tool, which is what I'm going to use. When you're zesting, be careful not to get into the white pith. Just take the yellow rind right off the outside. Okay, I don't want to forget this step, so before we do anything else, I'm going to dump my berries into a larger container, and I'm going to take 2 tablespoons out of the 3 cups of flour and add them to the blueberries. Doesn't have to be exact. 1, 2, and then I'm going to kind of mix those around with my hand. This kind of helps them to not all sink to the same place. And also, you know how when you use fresh blueberries in a dessert, they really make a lot of moisture, like a little wet space in the cake. This kind of helps prevent that from happening quite as much because the flour is going to absorb a little bit of the moisture. Okay, when you're making pound cake, the first thing you do is combine your fats and your sugars. So we're going to put the 3 sticks of butter, block of cream cheese, and our 3 cups of sugar into the mixing bowl and really cream that together. Give it a good 3 to 5 minutes on high. Once that's come together, we're going to add the eggs one at a time, and it is important to use room temperature eggs. It just keeps the butter from solidifying again, so I would definitely recommend bringing them to room temperature. We'll add them one at a time, beating at least 30 to 60 seconds between each addition. Then add your lemon juice and lemon zest. Add your salt and flour in about 3 stages. Now that we are adding the gluten, we want to be careful not to overbeat or beat it too long because that can make the pound cake tough. Add in your vanilla last. Scrape down the sides and mix together one last time. Then add your flour-coated blueberries along with any flour from the bottom of that bowl. Combine gently so you don't burst any of the berries. If using frozen berries, do not allow them to defrost. Add them frozen to keep the juice from running. Then coat your pan in a generous amount of Baker's Joy and spread the thick batter into the pan. You'll bake your pound cake in a 325-degree oven. Start checking with a wooden toothpick after an hour and 15 minutes. When a few wet crumbs stick, but the toothpick is no longer coated in wet batter, it's ready to come out. It could take up to an hour and 45 minutes. I turned mine out of the pan right away. You'll need to let it cool for about 3 hours. The glaze for this cake is really simple. I'm going to start with 2 cups of powdered sugar in a glass mixing bowl with a spout because that'll make it really easy to pour over the cake. You also need 3 tablespoons of fresh squeezed lemon juice and 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream. If you don't have heavy whipping cream on hand, it's okay. You could use milk. It just won't be quite as thick. So I'm going to go ahead and whisk these ingredients together. If it's too thin, you can always add more powdered sugar. This is going to give you about a cup of glaze, so I'm going to go ahead and pour that over my cooled cake. The cake itself doesn't have a strong lemon flavor, but the glaze certainly adds a little zip. I'm going to garnish the top with thin lemon slices, and I think I'll sprinkle some blueberries on the outer edge and maybe in the middle. Got to give a shout out to my mom and niece Adriana because they did all the hard work picking these delicious berries, which prompted me to share this recipe with you. I think I'm going to share it with them, but first I want to try a piece and make sure it tastes okay. Delicious. I hope you'll give this blueberry lemon pound cake a try next time you have some blueberries you need to use up. You can even use frozen berries and it'll still be delicious. I also hope you'll like and subscribe to my channel, Crystal the Cake Lady. Until next time, happy baking!